Okay, so the guy who bought this knife requested that I make a short video of it finally finished. I just refinished the blade actually. I'll talk about why I did that in a minute. But this is what he wanted. He wanted to blast the titanium on the frame and pocket clip. That's kind of my normal standard finish for titanium anyways. I love the gray color it has. It just looks so good. I enjoy it a lot. Green canvas micarta show side, back spacer, and thumb stud. Turned out quite nice. And he wanted a thumb opener, so I did that. I had actually a really hard time doing this. I'm used to doing flippers, and the detents for flippers need to be much more harsh than they need to be for these things, or rather they can be much more harsh than they can be for these. I spent a lot of time tweaking this detent to make it finally work good, and I can open it easily. One hand, as you can see, though I'm still... I need to figure out my geometry a little bit better, but it's good. I'm just not used to thumb openers. You can also flick it open just fine. Rides on some very large washers in there. They're something like between my forefinger and thumb big, like they're massive, and they're hollowed out too to reduce friction as much as I could. Yeah, very smooth. Has a kind of rustic sort of a feel, but it's still very smooth, and everything locks up tight. No side to side, no up and down play as you would expect. Excuse me, just itch my nose. I have to do this with my phone because my I cannot find my camera. It's been so long since I've used it. As you can see, the blade has a hamon. Kind of doesn't look as good as it does in person over camera. It just picks up every little, all the errant scratches, but all the ones that are in place don't. It doesn't pick up. Thanks for that. So I'm getting better at doing this. This is my second one, so I haven't quite nailed it all down yet, exactly how it should be. You can see it has a nice smoky look in certain lights, like that there. It looks nice. As you can see, it kind of picks up all. I have no good lighting in my house to really show these things very well. Blade is it's 1095 with a hamon. I never said the material. Blade is 1095. Heat treated by Peter's Heat Treat. Kind of a rustic sort of look was what we were going for this. Anytime you get a hamon, you usually get a sort of rustic kind of thing. And this does look very nice. It feels very nice too. Feels very dependable in hand. What else to talk about? I mean, that's it. It's a fairly simple design, fairly straightforward. No frills, kind of classic, timeless. Yeah. I like the thumb stud detail. I like that a lot, actually. It is really nice. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze because I said I wasn't gonna sneeze. Yeah, Alpha knife supply pivots, both sides, kind of polished. Is what I normally do with my pivot screws. Yeah, that's it. So the reason why I just refinished the blade, and this is kind of a thing that happens with thumb openers when they have harder detents. My knives usually have hard detents because I want the blade to stay in the handles unless you want the blade deployed. With my flippers, even my big ones, you cannot shake the blades out of the handle. This one, you can, but it being a thumb opener, it kind of has to be that weak. Otherwise, you just can't get it out. Or at least I can't, and to me that's no good. If you can't open it, it's too strong. But you can open it whichever way you want. It needs to break in a little bit more, as you can see. But it can go quick. Anyways, I had to refinish it because there's some scratches on this side of the blade. And that's just due to I just refinished it and there's a couple starting already. And that's just a thumb opener platform. Like, that's just how it is. Because of the nature of how you're pushing on the blade, it deflects it to the left, and you can see that happening. If I go slow, it doesn't quite rub, but if I really flick it, you can see it pushes over. And that's not to say that it's weak, it's not tightly screwed down. It is, and the centering is very good, as you can see. It's right down in the center. That's just the nature of the beast with these things. I could get away with it and have a weaker detent, but then this would actually be really dangerous to have in your pocket and I would much rather have a blade that lends itself to end up not looking 100%, but still always functions 100%. Always favor function over appearance. Yeah, there we go. First knife of this batch, all done. Gonna head out to the mail tomorrow. Really hope Charles enjoys this a lot. I really do. Worked very hard on this. Right, and that's the end of that.